Hi, I'm Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and today the blanket tutorial that I'd like to teach you is the teal gingham blanket. Let's do a little practice swatch and that'll get you started, and you will have no problem getting this finished. It turns out beautifully. So the pattern, if you're seeing this on YouTube, I will put the pattern in the descriptions, the link to the pattern on my website. If not, you're already on my website and you already have the pattern and you're seeing me there. So hello, welcome, and let's get started. Okay, let's start with the yarn and the hook size. I am using a H, size 8, 5-point millimeter. This is Baby Bee Sweet Delight. I bought it at Hobby Lobby, but you can use any yarn. This is, I think, weighted 3. So if you want to look at the label, it is acrylic and polyamide. It's not my favorite baby yarn. I prefer Patton's Peyton, I think is how you're actually supposed to say it. Peyton's Beehive Baby Sport, or Bernat Baby when it's a 3 light. But the colors were what I was after for this yarn. Do you see how they're just almost the same shade? I mean, very, very close in shade. To me, in order for the blanket to really look like gingham, you need to find 2 shades that are very close to each other. The other technique I found is when you can't do this, is then you would you'd have to double up the yarn and combine one of them with white. I have other blankets on my website that you can learn how to do that technique. I won't go into it today on this tutorial. Okay, so this pattern is based on the number 11. The checks are 11 stitches wide and 10 rows high. This number is totally adjustable. If you wanted to do smaller checks or even bigger checks, just make sure in order for the numbers to work across, it needs to be an odd number. The reason being is because I'm starting you with a single crochet and I want you to end with a single crochet. It makes the side of the blanket turn out much better than having each row end with a double crochet. So if you keep this number odd, you should be okay. So what I mean is saying 5, 7, 9, or 11 on up. Okay, so since this blanket is based on the number 11, I will start with a chain of 33 for this demonstration. And obviously it's 33 and then plus 1 for the turning chain. Okay, so I'll come back after I get 33, and I'm starting with the medium color. Okay, I have chained 33 plus 1, so that's 34. And I'm going to start by working into the very first stitch with a single crochet. Then I will work a double crochet. And I'll continue alternating this across until the 11th stitch, or 11th space. Now, everybody starts their starting chain multiple ways. What I like to do is work underneath these the two loops of the chain. Some people prefer to go into the back bumps, and you are free to do that as well. However, with the border that I'm going to have you do, I find that just working under this gives a really nice, neat appearance. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky to talk, and I hope I'm getting this right. And crochet at the same time. Let's see what number I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9. And I promise you, just this first row is tedious. The rest is, once your blanket gets a little bit bigger, you are fine. You are good to go. Okay, was that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, here we are. we are going to do our first color change. So I am going to add in the darker color. So I insert my hook as if I'm going to work the single crochet. I grab my darker color and I simply lay that across and pull through. Okay? No, that is not right. Sorry. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to pull up a loop. There we go. Now lay it across and pull through. Honestly, this first chain, just be patient. It's because it's tiny yarn and it does take a minute for it to get going, but it will be fine. Move that tail to the back. You're just going to let it hang. Now you're going to carry this light color with you. So pull it up, lay it along the back of the chain, yarn over, and as you're going through those loops, make sure you also are going underneath that chain, or the tail, or the light color that's coming along with you, the medium color. Pull through two, pull. There's your first stitch of the next block. We started with a double crochet. Okay? Now I'm just working underneath, and that the medium color is coming right along with me. I'm kind of laid that right against the chain. And it gets hidden fairly well. I do like doing these gingham blankets with lighter colors. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it's good that we go slow just on this one if you're just getting the hang of this. But really, it's just this row that is tricky. And I would have to suggest, if you really are a complete beginner, starting with larger yarn would be would probably be easier for you. So this might not be the best blanket to start with. I have some all single crochet version gingham patterns that you could definitely use, and it's with the Karen Simply Soft yarn, and you will like that a lot better. Okay, here's number 10, and this time, if you'll notice, we're going to be ending with a double crochet, which is good because we started with a double crochet and we're using an odd number. So I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to decide that my dark color yarn I'm going to keep to the back of the work, and this one will keep to the front. It's very important to keep your yarn from twisting. It took me a long time to learn that, but now going forward you will be so much happier. Okay, give that just a little bit of a tug, and I have the darker color now going along the back, and I will start right in with a single crochet. I'm continuing to work the back and forth pattern, alternating double crochet, single crochet. This one is very similar to my gray gingham pattern. This just has a different border on it. Gray gingham, I used the Patton's Beehive Baby Sport, and that one had a natural striping yarn. So again, I didn't need to combine. But that is another trick, is if you find a white and a solid gray and then a striped gray, or, you know, sometimes you get lucky and you find a white and a striped pink and then the pink in the same color. That would work too. Otherwise, I combine. I think I did 2 single crochets in a row. Yes, I did. See? I can't talk and crochet at the same time. Okay, here we go. This one needed to be a double. Just, you know, check yourself, because that's how I, like, nope, I really know that I'm supposed to end this row on a single crochet. Makes the blanket easier to turn. Okay, here we go. Last stitch. right there, single crochet. Now turning is just simple, chain one, turn. Here's my dark color, just gonna keep, just bring it around with you. When I insert my hook into that first stitch, I'm gonna make sure that the color is being crocheted over. Now these loops are a little bit easier to see and I can work better. So here we go. The double crochet is worked right into the top of the double crochet, and the single crochet is worked right into the single crochet. Gives it a nice little bumpy appearance, nice little texture. Hope you can see this better. Okay, here we go. I'd like to give you one more glimpse of how this works. Okay, so I've decided that this yarn will be to the front. So before I pull through, pull that medium color forward. Here's the darker color. Now I'll pull through with that. Now I'll give that just a tiny little tug. And I know I'll start with a double crochet. And sometimes actually as you go, when you start paying attention, you'll know, okay, I need to always start my darker color with the double crochet. That will work out. Then you'll know those sections always start and end with double crochet. That's why having an odd number is key to keeping it all straight. Last one of this color, pull through, keep that to the back. Now I can just simply pull through with the new color, grab that, and go along. Okay, so for ease of demonstration purposes and for making this video not be 10 hours long, I am going to show you how to add in the white. So pretend that I have worked this stitch back and forth for 10 rows. That seemed to be about a square for me. If you have a little bit different tension or crochet a little bit different, that's why I would love for you to do a practice swatch to make sure, 11 stitches by 10 rows high gives you a square. Some ladies have emailed me and their square turned out to be 11 stitches wide and 9 high. And that's perfectly fine. There are no hard and set rules. Just the most important thing is you want it to be a square. So pretend those are squares, and I am going to cut off the dark. You never cut off the medium color throughout the whole blanket. That will be used throughout. But you do cut off the dark or the white. And you'll weave those ends in later. So if I'm just switching colors to the white, it is no different than bringing in any color. I don't want you to think that there's some fancy trick. There's not. Now I'm just laying over with the white. I will tighten down with a little bit of attention. And I will chain one and turn. And instead of bringing that dark color around, now I will bring the medium color. There it is hiding down there. Same thing, I'm going to insert my hook, make sure I'm crocheting around that medium color and bringing it along with me. And here we go. That's how we're going to change the colors. Okay. So, okay, one last comment about the border. It is very, very simple as well. I don't think you'll need a demonstration on it. What I did is just work after you're done and you weave in all the ends, I start in a corner and I pull up my color. I usually chain one, and then I'm going to keep the white to the front. And then I work a single crochet, and then I worked around the whole blanket with single crochet. And I worked 3 single crochets into each corner. There we go. So now that we've changed colors, now, you know, in this block of colors, this will be starting with a double crochet. Anyway, then I chained 1 and turned, chained 2 and turned back to the corner. And then I just simply did a double crochet in each of those single crochet. And when I got to the corners, I did a double crochet, chain 2, double crochet into the corner space and worked around. And then I chained 1 and turned and started working 1 more row of single crochet, working 3 single crochets into the corners. So it's not tricky at all. There's nothing fancy. And of course, you are free to do whatever border you like. I've seen thick white borders with all single crochet that look really pretty. You know, anything works. But that's specifically, if you like that border, that's all that is. Okay, I really hope you're watching me do this, that you're like, okay, I've got this. Easy, easy, easy. I'm going to talk one more, just show you, since my blanket is completed. This is the amounts of yarn I had left over. This is my second skein of this. So I bought 1 white, 1 dark, and 2 of these. The reason why I have less of the white, obviously, is because I did the border. So if you are wanting to make a bigger blanket, I would just buy 2 of each color, and you should be fine. If you know, and then possibly you might have to get a 1/3 of this, but the medium color, since it's used throughout the whole blanket, that's what you use the most of. Okay, I really hope that that gives you a good glimpse on how to make this adorable gingham blanket, and that it works out. I also have a post about frequently asked questions about gingham that I'll also link in this blog post. So just in case I have forgotten to cover anything, and I have answered a lot of questions already in that post, that maybe there's something I missed and you can go read about it. Okay, thank you as always for finding me and coming and loving making these blankets. If you don't know about us, I just simply started crocheting blankets in hopes that I'd become a grandma, as my oldest daughter struggles with infertility. And all of these blankets, we started this 2 years ago, and now every blanket made from a pattern from Daisy Farm Crafts. I tell people all the time, it just feels like extra prayers on our behalf. So I just thank you for loving these patterns, and good luck on your blanket. And I hope the baby in your life gets to enjoy this beautiful gingham. Thank you.